Mr. President of the Confederation of African Football, members of the CAF and FIFA Executive Committee, members of the Interclubs Organizing Committee, dear representatives of the teams, representatives of the sponsors, representatives of the media, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, and welcome once again to the headquarters of the Confederation of African Football for the draw of the group stage of the 11th edition of the Orange Confederations Cup 2014 and the Orange Champions League 2014. Before getting started, I would like to provide you with some statistics so far. For the Champions League 2014, 100 games have been played with 241 goals scored so far. That gives almost an average of 2.5 goals per match. And for the Orange Confederations Cup 2014, 104 games were played with an average of 2.1 goals per match. ASEC Mimosa of Côte d'Ivoire being the team that scored the most goals until now, with a total of 12 goals in 6 matches played. We will have a draw in 2 phases, starting with the Orange Confederations Cup and then the Orange Champions League. So for the 11th edition of the Orange Confederations Cup, we have 8 teams remaining for winning the title. Those are in Pot A, as you can see here on my left, El Ahly Sporting Club of Egypt, Coton Sport of Cameroon. In Pot B, Léopard d'Olésie Congo-Brazzaville, Sewe Sport of Côte d'Ivoire. In Pot C, Étoile Sportive du Sahel, Tunisia, and ASEC Mimosa of Côte d'Ivoire. And finally, Pot D, AS Real de Bamako, Mali, and Kana of Zambia. And those spots are based on the official ranking of CAF for the Interclubs, considering the performance of the teams within the last years of the competition. Some of you may wonder why Coton Sport is in Pot A and Léopard d'Olésie in Pot B, considering that both teams have equally 21 points. Well, the difference is made considering the latest points scored in the 2013 editions of the Interclubs, whereby Coton Sport has scored 15 points and Léopard d'Olésie 5 points. Before explaining to you the procedures of today's draw, let me introduce a video with some images of the teams remaining for the group stages. Thank you very much, and now let's proceed to the procedure for the draw. As explained earlier, we have 4 different pots here, A, B, C, D, with the different teams that I explained. And then we will draw a first team from pot A. This team will go automatically into group A. And to determine the position of that team in the group A, we will take 1 ball from this pot. And then the remaining team that will be taken from this pot will go automatically into group B. And to determine the position, we will take a ball of the green colors to see in which position of group B this team will be. We'll repeat the same procedure for pot B, C, and D until we complete the 8 teams within groups A and B. And finally, a 5th stage will be to make a draw in this area to determine the order of play for the final match, who receives the first match at home. The first team to be drawn will receive the first match at home. This is for the procedure. So now, ladies and gentlemen, to assist me with this draw, I have the honor to call on stage the first Vice President of the Confederation of African Football, Mr. Suketu Patel. Good morning, Mr. Patel. You can be with me here. So I'll ask you now to steer and take the first ball from this spot, please. I can take this. No, you open. Coton Sport. Coton Sport, ladies and gentlemen. So Coton Sport will be in Group A in the following position. In position A4, Coton Sport of Cameroon in position A4. We'll proceed with the remaining Al Ahly in Group B, and to determine the position of Al Ahly in Group B, we will take then one ball from the green pot to determine the position. B3. Al Ahly goes to B3. We proceed with the second pot, pot B. The next team will go into Group A. Leopard into Group A, and to determine the position, we will take A3. Leopard into A3. We'll take the remaining team that will go now into Group B, joining Al Ahly. And this is Cérémonie of Côte d'Ivoire. Cérémonie Côte d'Ivoire, to be positioned, we will make the following draw. B1, position B1. Thank you very much. We proceed now to pot C, the next team again joining Group A. And that is ASEC Mimosa, Group A. We proceed to the positioning of ASEC Mimosa. A2. A2, so the remaining team in pot C. L'Étoile sportive du Sahel de Tunisie rejoint donc le groupe B. Cérémonie Sport avec Al Ahly pour déterminer la position. B2. B2, ladies and gentlemen. And finally, the last step for the Orange Confederation's Cup, teams from Pot D. The upcoming team will complete Group A. that is Real de Bamako. l'AS Real de Bamako, completing Group A to confirm the position. A1. And the last team to be drawn from pot D, completing Group B. And that is Nkana Football Club of Zambia, completing Group B to confirm once again the position of the team within the group. And that is indeed, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, we'll proceed to the last draw concerning these balls. The first team drawn will be played the first leg match of the final at home. Mr. Patel. And that is the winner of first A, second B. Winner first A, second B will play the first leg match of the final at home to simply confirm that the winner of first B, second A will be indeed playing the second leg at home. And that is the winner of first B, second A. And that concludes the draw for the Confederations Cup. Thank you very much, Mr. Patel, for your support. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we move to the Orange Champions League 18th edition. We have 8 teams that are competing and will be also drawn into the group stage of this competition. Namely, those are Espérance de Tunis, Tunisie, and TP Mazembe, DR Congo. They will be in pot A. CSF Tunisia, Al Hilal, Sudan in pot B. Zamalek, Egypt, ES Sétif in pot C. And finally, l'AS V.Club and Al Ahli Benghazi of Libya in pot D. Those spots are also determined based on the ranking within the Interclubs in the last 5 years. But without further ado, I invite you once again to watch some highlights of those teams that will be drawn in a couple of moments. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now explaining the procedure for the draw. Once again, we have the 4 different pots. We'll take 1 ball from pot A. This team goes into group A and determine its position by drawing 1 ball from the red ones here. The remaining team goes to group B and to determine the position, taking one of the balls, the green colors that we have here, and we'll repeat the procedure for the 4 pots and concluding finally with the draw for the final match, just like we did earlier for the Orange Confederations Cup. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to assist me with this draw, I'm very much honored to call on stage one of the best ever footballers in the history of African football. He scored 38 goals in 100 matches for the national team of Egypt, and he helped Egypt win 3 consecutive Orange Africa Cup of Nations, namely 2006, 2008, 2010. He was also the all-time top scorer in the World Cup qualifiers for Egypt with 14 goals. With his club Al Ahly, he won the Orange Champions League 5 times, the Orange CAF Super Cup 3 times, the Egyptian League 7 times, and finished top scorer and bronze medalist at the FIFA Club World Cup in 2006. He was also crowned by CAF 4 times as Africa Best Player of the Year on the continent. Please welcome on stage not only a football icon, but also a gentleman and role model for all of us, Mr. Mohamed Abu Trika. أهلا بيك. تفضل. We'll proceed now. We'll take the first ball from this spot. This team will go into Group A. Tepe Mazembe into Group A. Shukran. We take now a ball from this spot to determine the position of Tepe Mazembe into Group A. Position A2. Thank you very much. We'll proceed with the next ball going into Group B. And this is Espérance de Tunis, Group B. Determining the position of Espérance, we will take a ball from the green pot. And this is B1. Espérance goes to B1. Thank you. Moving on to the next spot. Pot B, the next team will join Tepe Mazembe in Group A. And this is Al Hilal. Al Hilal of Sudan goes to Group A, and to determine the position of Al Hilal, it is A1. Al Hilal in A1. Thank you very much. We'll proceed now to take the remaining team that will go into Group B. And that is indeed CSS of Tunisia joining their counterparts from Espérance in Group B. To determine the position, we take a ball from the green pot. And that is B3, ladies and gentlemen, B3. Thank you very much. We'll proceed now with pot C. The next team will join Group A. Zamalek. Zamalek goes in Group A to determine the position of the Egyptian club. It is A4. A4 for Zamalek, the remaining team from Pot C that will join Group B. It is indeed ES Sétif of Algeria joining Group B to determine the position within the Group B. B2. B2 for the Algerian club, and now proceeding to the last spot, the next team will complete Group A. AS Vita Club. AS Vita Club joining Group A to confirm the position of AS Vita Club. It is indeed A3. A3, ladies and gentlemen. And the last team to be drawn from Pod D, that will certainly give a North African flavor to this group. It is indeed Ali Benghazi of Libya. Ali Benghazi of Libya to complete the draw. And it is indeed before, ladies and gentlemen, before asking my colleague to leave us, I will ask him to do a last draw to determine the order of matches for the final match. Thank you. And the winner of first B, second A will play the first match of the final at home. First B, second A, and just to confirm, and therefore the winner of first A, second B will play the second leg at home. Thank you very much, Mr. Aboutrika, for your contribution. Thank you very much. That, ladies and gentlemen, concludes today's draw for the Orange Confederations Cup and the Orange CAF Champions League. As a recap for the latest draw done, Group A, El Hilal Sudan, Tepe Mazembe, RD Congo, AS Vita, RD Congo, and Zamalek of Egypt. And in Group B, Espérance de Tunis, l'ES Sétif d'Algérie, CSS Tunisienne, Ali Benghazi of Libya. Thank you very much for your attention.